the city where people run for fitness and to get away from guys with knives. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, blues rock and roll singer James Brown and balloonist Larry Walters, the man who soared to 16,000 feet over California in a lawn chair. And now, a man who lights up a room just by flicking a switch, David Letterman!
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, and a fine show indeed we have for you. As you may or may not know, this program originates here in New York City, and because New York is interested in bringing in a lot of tourist business during the summer, they like to, from time to time, release a list of things they're proud of, and another one hit the streets today, so to speak. New York City is first in this category. In this city, there are more people on the streets to whom you would not like to give mouth-to-mouth resuscitation than any other community of comparable size. And let me, before we really get rolling, and believe me, rolling is the correct term tonight, say hello now to Mr. Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, David. Hi, everybody. We are excited. We're all leaving the business after tonight. That's how excited we are. This is the culmination for this band.
Did you have a good, what did we have? It wasn't a holiday, was it? It was a weekend.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You had a good weekend?
We had a swinging weekend. We did very nicely, I believe. Those of us who played softball.
Now, did you play softball or not?
I couldn't make it.
No,
actually,
you didn't play
that day.
softball.
I love the game, though.
Yeah. Paul is a big softball fan. Now, Hiram, you're not wearing shoes tonight, are you, Hiram?
Summertime.
At the risk of embarrassing our talented guitar player, he's not wearing shoes, ladies and gentlemen, so...
I want to say, David, you are the only guy in town who'll hire this guy, too, because of this very reason.
Oh, we got a great show for you here. And just keep reminding yourself, yes, this is network television. Tonight, the hardest working man in show business, James Brown, is on our show. A couple of weeks ago, a gentleman who lives in Southern California, I'm certain you heard of this, read about it, saw it on television, hooked some balloons to his lawn chair, went up in the air about 3 miles. Mr. Larry Walters is here tonight. Also, a man who manufactures and sells bugging, I guess anti-bugging devices. He's the Vice President of Communications Control Systems. Carmine Pelosi is here. We're going to take a look at some more international symbols. And what else? Have I left anything else out? Oh, it's a fine show. You came on a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I've already introduced Paul, haven't I? That's kind of an awkward move for me now here, isn't it? I don't know what to do with it. I completely screwed that up by introducing Paul, introducing earlier, but we'll make it up to you. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. Well, all of us here at the office are still reeling from our network Christmas special that took place last Friday, and if these dummy telegrams from our prop department are any indication, it looks like the rest of America has also been talking about it, too. So let's take a look at a couple of them to see what they're saying here. It says, Dear Dave, congratulations on your wonderful Christmas show. I particularly like the guardian angels singing Christmas carols, especially since they once saved my life on the subway. But what happened when Larry Melman was supposed to read The Night Before Christmas? Signed, a puzzled fan. That's just one telegram. Another one says, Dear Dave, loved your Christmas show. My favorite was Jane Pauley, since she saved my life once with her tips on hairdryer safety. And by the way, what was the deal with Mr. Melman reading The Night Before Christmas? Was this some kind of private joke or what? And it's also signed A Confused Viewer. Well, if you were watching Friday night, indeed, we did have our first Christmas special, and Larry Bud Melman was going to read The Night Before Christmas to a lot of little children who were eagerly looking forward to that event. If you saw it, you know that something hideous went awry. And so to explain that incident, we'd like to introduce the two people responsible for it, late night production assistants who, in order to protect their future careers, we're just going to call Babs and Jude. They're over here in the shadows. First of all, Babs, welcome to the show. And what went wrong exactly when Mr. Melman started to read The Night Before Christmas?
Well, actually, I had thought that "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" was on cue cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have it put on cue cards because I thought we had the book of the poem.
Yeah. So this is just wires were crossed. Jude thought that the man would read The Night Before Christmas off cue cards. You thought he would read it right out of this book right here.
Well, not that book.
Yeah. Now, just tell us what this book is exactly.
Well, I had put on the prop list that we needed a book, but I didn't say what book we needed.
Mm-hmm.
I just said we needed a book, so they just picked any book, and it happened to be a French catechism book.
Uh-huh. Okay, so essentially that's what happened. The kids were assembled. Larry Bud was going to read The Night Before Christmas out of the French catechism book. No cue cards.
No
All right?
cue cards.
Okay, let's show you how that went. This was Friday night from our Gala Christmas Spectacular. And just take a look at the monitors. Larry Bud Melman, ladies and gentlemen.
God. It was a night before Christmas. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Oh, now I gotta read Spanish. De pourquoi avez-vous? Oh. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And oh, God. And Santa Claus came down the chimney. Came down the chimney. No, I don't know them. Oh, God. So as I was saying before, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And old St. Nicholas came down through the chimney and gave out the presents to the children. And that ended Christmas. As I was saying before, and it turned out to be a very Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
It was magic, wasn't it? Was indeed magic, and that's what happened. And I want to thank you two women for having the courage to come forward to tell your story here tonight. And let me just say that they do wonderful work, and we're proud to have them on our staff. We're going to pause. We'll be right back to meet Mr. Larry Walters, the armchair balloonist. Hi there, welcome back to the show. We have We have a fine program for you folks tonight. We're going to meet the man who went up in the armchair or lawn chair a couple of minutes from now. The godfather of soul, James Brown, is here. And they called me that for a while, but no. The title has been passed on, and James now holds that honor. And also Carmine, now this says Carmine O. Pelosi. Is that his name, Carmine O. Pelosi? Good old Irish name, the old Pelosi family. He'll be here to talk about communications bugging systems and protecting yourself in this day and age of hatred and tyranny. What a nasty way to start the show, isn't it? Well, my next guest, last week, a man from Southern California grabbed the attention of the world when he fulfilled a dream he had had for 20 years. A dream of soaring 3 miles straight up in the air, sitting in a lawn chair. We're going to take a look at some videotape of that accomplishment right now. The voices you're going to hear are of my next guest in the air and his girlfriend on the ground. This would be Mr. Larry Walters going up in the lawn chair. Sounds just like NASA, doesn't it? Well, we're delighted to have this gentleman with us tonight. Please welcome Larry Walters. Hi, Larry. How are you? Have a seat. This is a phenomenal thing. Where did you get the idea to do this? When did it hit you? You said it was a 20-year dream?
Yes, sir. It hit me when I was a young boy, about 13 years old. I was in an Army-Navy surplus store. Saw a weather balloon dangling from the ceiling, and I just got the idea to inflate these balloons, and I figured if I had enough of them, it'd lift me. The idea was just, the float. Yeah. And I was fascinated by it, and I fulfilled the 20-year dream. Have you done anything else in attempting to make your dream come true before now? Well, the main thing I did, at the urging of an associate, Ron Richland, who also, that tape you saw, he's the man who was responsible for it. I'm sorry, both he and my fiancée, Carol Van Dusen, who put up the money for the entire project, could not be here. But at his urging, I took a parachute course, and I had a very good parachute on, very reliable, and I was prepared. And at one time, I was thinking of actually using it at 16,000 feet. What kind of planning goes into this? Because when you say you hook balloons to a lawn chair, it doesn't sound, like... First of all... Like Neil Armstrong probably wouldn't be involved there. The thing is, I call it American ingenuity. Yeah. That's what I call it, sir. And you heard the audio tapes. I had confidence in myself, in the craft, and I knew what I was doing. Yeah. I really knew what I was doing. Now, when you took off there, you actually lifted off prematurely, didn't you? Yes, sir. The idea was to be tethered at 100 feet for approximately an hour, and about a half hour before launch, we were going to notify FAA and a few airports and let them know this lawn chair was going up with all these balloons, right? And but unfortunately, which is on the tape, the tether line broke prematurely, and that's when my whole ground crew panicked. And now, why did it break? There was no one to take the slack up on it. It was a 550-pound test nylon line, and the wind was blowing rather strong over the, just above the, about maybe the first couple hundred feet. And it just took that cluster up and me in it and snapped that line. And we have it on tape and film, and it sounded like a gunshot when that line snapped. How many balloons did you have? Approximately 43, sir. And they were filled with? Helium gas. Helium. Was that an estimate? Were you just guessing that 43 would get you up? Oh, no. We had done much prior testing prior to this. We had test inflations. We knew that each balloon would lift approximately 14 to 15 pounds. And so we just multiplied that. And, now,
is it expensive to get that much helium?
Well, like I say, Carol, she financed it. She bought all the gas, and anyway, the gas and the balloons came to $3,000, and she bought my parachute for me. Thank God bless her. And that was another $800, and you know, she went heavily into debt to see my dream come true.
I read a figure this afternoon that said the whole project cost around $15,000.
That is correct, because we were going to originally go from the Mojave Desert, and it was Carol's idea to launch from her backyard. Only because there was a hospital about a half mile down the road.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Now, what was your, once you went up, what was your means of controlling the lift or descending or?
Okay, I had complete control of the craft, and we have tapes, audio tapes. Yes, I did. I had complete control of my craft, and I mean, even when the line snapped, and you know, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But I had complete control of the craft. I had an altimeter right under my chin, and it was showing me my rate of ascent. And I had several hundred pounds of water ballast. And so what happened was, I was trying to catch an easterly wind current, and when I went to 16,000 feet, I knew I couldn't go up much higher, I'd be a dead man. So I got my BB pistol, which I was going to tether. I was going to strap that on at my last hour of preparation with a few other instruments. And anyway, I got my BB pistol, shot out about 10 or 12 of the balloons, slowed my rate of ascent, because I was rising about 1,000 feet per minute. That was much too fast.
And you just shot the balloons out, and that caused you to come down?
Well, it was carefully. I shot the outer balloons out first. I knew what I was doing.
No, but there's so many questions I could ask you about this, because, as you said, you really had most of the variables controlled. But why a lawn chair? What, I mean... American
ingenuity. Why not a lawn chair?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best. Believe me, I looked at baskets, and I looked at gondolas, sir, and the lawn chair was the best suited means.
Yeah. Was it just one of those folding kind that you take
No,
to
and
the
I'm not going to mention the department store where I got it at anymore. They've gotten too much free publicity.
Yeah.
But
now, what
I put it through my own torture test. I mean, it went through the Larry torture test.
Yeah.
And it survived that, and I knew it could fulfill my dream.
What happened what happened when you contacted the Los Angeles International Airport, or your friend on the ground contacted
Okay, my friend, first of all, when he told him, he says, "You're not going to believe this, but there's a guy up there in a lawn chair with 43 balloons." And, no, really. And we got this on tape and audio, but he said, "You're not going to believe." Everyone was panicking, because this was totally unexpected, the cable snapping.
You were actually also seen by other aircraft,
I was spotted evidently by Delta and a TDWA flight at 16,000 feet.
16,000 feet. This is truly amazing, and we're going to pause, and Larry will be back here with us, and we'll continue discussing this man's odyssey right after. We'll take a look at that. Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this gentleman is Larry Walters, who recently went up about 16,000 feet with the helium balloons and a lawn chair. And was this, were you frightened?
No, sir.
Well, couldn't you fall out of the chair?
No, impossible.
Well, I've fallen out of lawn chairs in my backyard.
You wouldn't have fallen out of my chair.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. You would not have fallen out of my chair.
You were pretty well strapped in?
I wasn't strapped in at all. I didn't have a safety belt or a seat belt.
You're just sitting in the chair?
I was sitting in the chair. Believe me, I knew what I was doing.
But now what guarantee do you have when the chair lifts that you won't be pitched forward or left or right?
In fact, I had the chair pitched. We have this on videotape. We had it pitched back in about a 45-degree angle or 40-degree angle. And I was pitched back intentionally.
Yeah.
Then when I was strapped in, even if I had to jump out, it would have been a little difficult to get out of that chair. No, there was no need for a seatbelt.
What about a problem with other aircraft? You mentioned that you were spotted by 2 commercial airline planes. Now, did you actually see any?
That's an honor. No, I did not see or hear any the roar of any jet engines. But at least they confirmed my altitude, which was 16,000 feet.
Yeah. Did you have any? Were you going to do anything to let people know ahead of time that there might be a guy in a lawn chair in the area?
You know, that's when I was going to be tethered for an hour, and then a half hour before, I was going to cut myself loose, because nobody else would do it for me. My ground crew were going to notify the proper authorities. We were going to give them a half-hour notice. Now, what I did was wrong. I'm not making excuses, but we were going to give the FAA and all the local airports a half-hour notice.
Yeah.
And it's by the grace of God that, you know, I didn't hit a plane or...
Now, why was this wrong? How were you different from any other balloonist?
First of all, most balloonists don't go from clusters of weather balloons, and they're very fragile, too. I mean, you could poke your finger through one of them. They're so fragile.
Yeah.
Or a pin. They can be popped with a pin. That's how fragile they are.
So you did, there is a law against this?
There's a law against taking up a balloon or balloons without a license, and the FAA already said if I had a license, they would have revoked it. But since I don't have a license, you can't revoke it.
Yeah.
So.
Now, would you do this again?
No, this was the fulfillment of a 20-year dream.
Yeah.
And I accomplished my dream.
Yeah. Now, how does that feel, having succeeded in achieving what you always wanted to do?
I achieved inner peace. I've achieved inner peace within myself. Really?
Really?
I'm a happier person today.
Well, that's good. A happier person for it. This is a fascinating story, Larry, and I'm grateful that you could come all the way to New York City and share it with us.
Well, I thank you for inviting me, sir.
Anytime. If you want to do something else, let us know, sir.
I will. Thank you.
Larry Walters, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after you take a look at this.
Hello, I'm Larry Bud Melman, president of Melman Bus Lines, with another of my 5 good reasons why you should ride Melman buses. Number 6, when it rains, we roll. Not all buses can come out in wet weather because they're just not equipped for it. But in each and every Melman bus, we've installed one of these. The bus of the future is here today at Melman.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. My next guest has been known by several different titles in his many years as a performer, among them the Godfather of Soul and the hardest working man in show business. I also held that title for a brief time. On stage, he consistently delivers what critics and fans agree is the most exciting show in rock and roll. You're going to have plenty of fun tonight. Welcome, please, the great James Brown. Very nice, very nice. You're, I mentioned you long put on the most exciting show in rock and roll, and you're now appearing in a different...
Soul, S-O-U-L.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I? Now, you wouldn't agree with that?
Rock and roll, I don't know.
Oh, should I change it to soul? Should it be soul? Well, you put on a great show.
Thank you, guys.
And now you're also working in a different kind of clubs, right?
Yeah, we work in rock clubs, and it's kind of different, but what's different about it is I got to work hard.
Really? Why is that?
Because those kids, they have never really got into James Brown, and today, thanks to the new wave kids, they like James Brown, and it's a new day for me.
So these are essentially new wave clubs, some of these you're working. And what happens there?
What happens?
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Yeah. Now, how is that different from the places that you've been working up till now?
Well, the first clubs are like, super, but this pandemonium like crazy, man.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood. We just had a guy out here who had a dream to fly in a lawn chair and so forth. What was your early life like?
My little life was very hard. I had to pick up nickels and dimes to pay the rent, and had to dance for the soldiers. And my mother and father was very had almost no education.
And what part of the country were you born?
Georgia.
Georgia? Yeah.
Well, I was born in South Carolina, but I was raised in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. And at what age did you start touring the country, singing
at what
professionally?
age?
Yeah.
About 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember when I was living in a small city in Indiana, seeing you come through in your bus, and it was James Brown and the Famous Flames.
That's right.
Yeah. And do you still work with that band or a version of that?
Well, the Flames was a singing group.
Mm-hmm.
The band of the JBs.
Yeah.
We got a couple of JBs joining their fellas.
That's right.
Fantastic group. You
We're looking forward to this.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Now, let me see. We want to wait a second before we do it. We'll get to it. Don't you worry.
I got to answer my pants.
Tell me about the last place maybe some folks saw you was in the Blues Brothers movie.
The Blues Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like for a musician to be in a film?
Well, as a minister, it was kind of what I was doing all along. I've been like preaching one way or another to humanity, getting in on the issues I probably shouldn't have gotten in on, but I think that everybody should be counted sometime. And I did that. But working with the Blues Brothers was a fantastic experience. John Belushi, big round of applause. One fantastic person, Dan Aykroyd, John Landis. The whole group was fantastic.
Yeah. Now, you're doing another film with Dan Aykroyd, is this correct?
Dr. Detroit.
Now, what is the nature of this one?
Funk, good times, and all the good things that we need to have today.
Uh-huh. All right. And let's get to some of that now. This would be...
I like you, David. You're out of sight.
Now, what are you going to do over here first, James?
Well, I think the first thing we'll do probably is Sex Machine.
Oh, my. Good heavens. Why don't you go over there and do whatever you need to do it, and then we'll come back after your song and talk to you some more. James Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to get up and do my thing. Can I get up and do my thing? Let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up. Get up. When we say get up, what do we mean? When we say get up, what do we mean? Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up and party. Get up and party. Get up and party. We want to see a party. Yeah. Is that all right, fellas? Count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up. Get up. Get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up. Sex machine. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get on up. Get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up. Sex machine. Get on up. Get on up. Get up. And do the bump. Stay on the scene. Love the machine. Don't do the bump. Just shake the bump. Stay on the scene. Sex machine. Get up. Get on up. Get on up. Get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up. Sex machine. Get up. Get on up. Get on up. Get on up. Stay on the scene. Get on up. Sex machine. Get on up. Can I go to the bridge? Can I go to the bridge? Can I go to the bridge, David? We're going to the bridge. What?
song. We're going to pause for a commercial. We'll be right back with more of James Brown. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Here once again, singing There Was a Time, the godfather of soul, the hardest working man in show business, James Brown. I feel like Don Cornelius. My, oh my. Very exciting. And Paul, and you want to introduce the gentleman that you brought with you?
Well, that's Sinclair from Augusta, Georgia. The leader of the JBs from Nashville, Harley Ferris.
Just amazing. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now, that is truly amazing. I mean, even for a television program, one of the most exciting things we've seen here.
The audience is the most excited. You're the best! You're the best!
Before you sang, we were talking a little bit about your...
I see why you got the hottest show, David.
Oh, they're terrific. The band
I see why you got the hottest show, David.
The band...
I see why you got the...
It's
David! Come on, let's jam!
I was thinking maybe I could sing, you know, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag or something. You were going to, before you got into music full-time, you were going to be a baseball player, weren't you? Or play a little ball?
You know, I found out the baseball was a little slow, so no, really, I wanted to be a baseball player. I was a pitcher, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how high up in the organized ranks did you get?
Well, I didn't get too far, but I did very well boxing, though. I had 3 professional fights.
Yeah, and what weight category?
135.
Yeah. Did you ever seriously think about doing it full-time for a living?
I thought about it seriously until I got, you know...
Oh, till somebody touched you.
The other cat thought a little bit more serious than I did.
Yeah.
That was it.
Is there anybody, and I don't mean this to be, maybe this will make you feel uncomfortable, but is there anybody else in music today that even comes close to generating this kind of excitement in a live circumstance?
Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people you might not know.
Like who? Who?
Like, yeah, that's right, Bruce Springsteen. That's right, Bruce Springsteen. Very good, very good, very good. But believe it or not, I like a lot of the fellas like, now you think I'm corn, but it's heavy, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
And most of those guys are here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so let's bring them out. Do you ever hurt yourself on stage? Do you ever, I mean, you are really an athletic...
The only thing hurts me is when I have to quit.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do right now?
What was that?
It's okay. Before you close, can we close? But I got the feeling.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that. We're going to go pause for a commercial. We're going to call Grant Tinker, see if it's okay, and then we'll be right back with James Brown. Desperately close to the end of this thing. Carmine Pelosa will be rescheduled for another night. I want to thank Larry Walters, who was here. Also, my thanks to Jude and Babs, our production assistants, of course, Bill Wendell, Paul Schaefer, and the band, and a special thanks to Mr. James Brown. Here he is once again, ladies and gentlemen, James Brown.